a lot of books recently and I've been holding out on you guys. I'm so sorry, but we're gonna do a little book haul today and show you guys some of the most recent books that I've added to my collection, as if I don't already have like 50 million books waiting for me to be read, but that's besides the point. In no particular order, okay? These are just a hodgepodge of things that I've either bought, been sent in book mail, or have just kind of forgot about and maybe bought a long time ago and I just maybe didn't show you guys. I don't remember. Kiss of the Basilisk by Lindsay Straub. I feel like I talked about this one at some point or another, but anyways, I have this one and I'm very excited about it. It is so pretty, and I've heard that this is incredibly spicy, so I'm very ready to read it. Can You Take It by Janine O'Reilly. This is the arc that I got sent, and it was the last book in the Infatuated Fae series. It literally just came out and I finished it, and I am sad now that the series is over. This was the perfect way to end the series. I feel like I got a lot of closure with a lot of the different characters and there was a lot going on, and I miss everyone already. If you have not read this series yet, please do. The audiobooks are also really good. Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. I've heard that this is her first like romantasy or fantasy book that she's ever written before. Again, I've heard really good things about this book on TikTok and from people that I know and trust, and this is just another very beautiful sprayed edge. I literally have no idea what it's about. On the back, it just says, "Being the sparrow isn't an honor, it's a trap." That's all we know about it. But I love going into a book blind, so I'm very excited for it. This is The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I had no idea that she had a new book out, but here we are. Older by Jennifer Hartman. I also have like 2 other Jennifer Hartman books and I have not read them yet because I've heard that you need to like really mentally prepare yourself before you go into a Jennifer Hartman book, because she will definitely make you cry and there's a lot of trigger warnings and a lot of trauma that you're gonna read about, so I've just been scared. It's really pretty. Look at it. Look at the sprayed edges. It's so cool. Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. Obviously, okay, I absolutely ate this book up. It's Megan Quinn, so you already know it's gonna be a banger. If you're looking for a nice book for the summertime, something spicy, something funny, this is it, okay? Take a picture, take a screenshot, read it immediately. Trust Me Always by Megan Brandy. This is the arc that I got sent, and you guys know that Say You Swear is one of my top favorite books ever, okay? Noah Riley is in a whole different category when it comes to book boyfriends. And the second book to that was Promise Me Not, and then this is the next one that comes right after it, and that's Trust Me Always. Have not read Promise Me Not yet, so I feel like that's gonna be my next read, so then I can read this one and finally be caught up in the series. Beautiful Venom by Rena Kent, okay? Never in my life have I read a Rena Kent book before, but everyone has been telling me that I need to read the Legacy of Gods series. Is that what it's called? That is a commitment that I don't think I'm quite ready to commit to. However, I think that this is her new book that she's come out with. It's like going to be part of a new series. It's a dark hockey romance, which very much intrigued me. Beautiful sprayed edges, and I feel like that's honestly what sold me on the book. Actually, what really sold me on the book, if you saw my book shopping vlog, is the character art that is on the inside. So once I saw that, I immediately added to cart. Heart of the Sun by Mia Sheridan. I love Mia Sheridan. She wrote Archer's Voice, which is another one of my favorite books of all time. And this one was just really pretty. I totally judged a book by its cover in the best way possible. I thought it was so stunning and I wanted to read it immediately. And this is super cool. It's very reflective. And I did read a little bit about the story in the back and it sounded pretty cool. It's Mia Sheridan. You can never go wrong with her. And I got Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. I just finished reading Ready or Not by Cara Bastone and I absolutely loved it. It was such a cute story and I've heard really good things about this one. So now that I know, I'm already a fan of her writing and I already liked Ready or Not, I'm feeling very ready to go into this one. And clearly it's going to be a very good summer book too. So I'm so excited. I also recently got sent these 3 in a PR box as well. We have Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. I've never read an Ashley Poston book before, but The Dead Romantics has been sitting on my bookshelf for a really long time, and I already know that I'm gonna absolutely fall in love with her writing. Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This is her newest book. And The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren, which I already know that I love Christina Lauren, so I already know I'm gonna like this one. Let me know what books you guys have recently got, and if you've read any of the books that I've just mentioned. If you have, which one should I read first? Happy reading!
Recently, I've acquired quite the amount of new books, so I figured it was time to do a book haul. I love book hauls. I love watching book hauls. I love doing book hauls, and if you look at my account, I do film a lot of book hauls, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that is just me sharing sharing one of my addictions in life, and that is buying books. God forbid a girl has a hobby. Anyways, let's get into it. First up, I got 2 books in the Blue Moon series by Lucy Score. We have Fall into Temptation and The Last Second Chance. I love Lucy Score, but honestly, her books are really hard to get through because they're like this thick. These ones are honestly like half the size of her normal books. I think I'll definitely find myself reaching towards these more because they're not the size of my textbook, but I'm very excited about these. I will update. Next, we have Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage. I read this on Kindle, but I really wanted the physical copy for my bookshelf because I love this series. Covers are so cute, but you definitely like wouldn't catch me reading them in public because I don't know, maybe a little too much. These books are just perfect. They're short and sweet and fun. And I'm a sucker for a country romance, okay? Speaking of country romance series, we have the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. This is the 2nd and 3rd book in the series. I have the first one, but I read both of these on Kindle like a while ago. They're just so pretty and cute. I wanted them on my bookshelf. And Elsie Silver is my favorite, so what else can I say? Obviously, since Elsie Silver is my favorite, I had to get a copy of A Photo Finish, which I also read on Kindle. So basically, I think this is telling me that my Kindle is making me spend more money than not. But that's as much as I'm going to say about that. I really don't feel like thinking too deep into that. Protecting My Peace. This is Violet and Cole's story. I remember reading about Violet's character in Chestnut Spring series, but I literally like did not know that this series existed before that one. I was a little new to BookTok and I was new to Elsie Silver in general. So read the Gold Rush Ranch series before the Chestnut Spring series. That is all I have for you today. Let me know if you've read any of these and what your thoughts are. We could chat in the comments. And if you have any more recs, let me know. Okay, that's it. Bye.
I work at a bookstore, so it's physically impossible for me to work a shift without buying any books. We know this already, so let's do a book haul. 5 of these books are from my job, and then these 2 that I'm about to show you, I got at Barnes & Noble. One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. Genuinely feel like the only reason I got this book from Barnes & Noble is because I wanted this cover, the shiny and the pink letters. I did not really care for Every Summer After. I thought the plot twist was ridiculous, but I did like the brothers, and this is the other brothers story, so I'm excited to read it. I also got Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. I am about to enter my hockey romance era. Or ice skating. She skates. No. I've genuinely heard nothing but good things about, so very excited. Now the books that I acquired from the bookstore that I work at. Black Ice by Becca Fitzpatrick. I talk about the Hush Hush series by this author all the time. It's one of my favorites, and she has like a YA mystery novel, so I had to. Love a good YA thriller, and I feel like this author can just do no wrong because I love the series that she wrote, so I had to get this. 32 Days in May by Betty Carello. Romance girly till I die, but more specifically, sad romance girly till I die. Raw, heartwarming, and beautiful, the representation in this book makes for what could be a timeless romance. I don't really know much about this book. I know that our main character is sick, and then she meets a guy that her sister put her on with, and maybe they only have 32 days. I don't know, but there's not 32 days in May, so I don't know. Boys with Sharp Teeth by Jenny Howell. The cover of this one really caught my eye. I guarantee you that's probably the only reason I bought it. Like, I'm trying to remember in the moment why I wanted this. I still want it, but the title makes me think they're vampires, but I don't really see anything in the blurb about them being vampires, so I don't know. But I'm excited. Either way, I'm excited. I bought it. I have it. Crave by Tracy Wolff. What you may be thinking, that looks a lot like Twilight, but it's not. Our main character, not sure what her name is at this academy with like werewolves and vampires, and of course she meets a guy. We all know how this goes. What I'm hoping for this is that it's very like early 2000s YA paranormal coded, you know what I mean? Not found a series that made me feel like Hush Hush has, and I read that a year ago, so I'm hoping this could be it because there's like 5 books in this series and they're all huge. Last book I got was Everything We Never Said by Sloane Harlow, and it doesn't count because my coworker gave it to me. She left it in the break room for me, like I didn't buy it. But the entire reason she gave me this book is because we were talking about this author's other book that I did not like. It was like, oh my god, I have her other book, I'll give it to you. I don't plan on reading it. Maybe the other one is better. I'm really hoping I like this one better than the other book I read because I feel like 2 bad books in a row can like put me completely off an author, and I have high hopes.
I recently acquired a large number of books, so I thought I would do a little book haul with you. I typically wouldn't buy this many brand new books all at once, but it's kind of a long story. Basically, I graduated from university about a year ago, and I just forgot to tell any of my family members that I had graduated with a degree. And so when I told them a year later, they felt bad that they hadn't given me a graduation gift, and so they just gave me money, which felt kind of strange as an adult, but then I just spent it all on books. So now I'm going to tell you about all the books.
The Dead Avocado by Elaine Dundee is about an American woman that travels to Paris in the late 1950s. I kind of get the impression that Elaine Dundee's writing will be sort of similar to Eve Babbitt's. Blue Ticket by Sophie McIntosh takes place in a dystopian society where women will take one of two paths in life. Either they'll have a career and freedom or marriage and children, but they don't get to choose which life they'll end up leading. This fate is decided for them. The Monk by Matthew Lewis is a gothic horror about a monk who's torn between his spiritual vows and giving into his illicit desires. The Door by Magda Zaba was supposed to be an eerie novel about a young writer and her elderly housekeeper. The Cafe of Lost Youth by Patrick Modiano tells the story of a young dancer at the Moulin Rouge, but her story is told through the eyes of regulars at a cafe that she frequents. A Manual for Cleaning Women by Lucia Berlin is a melancholy collection of short stories that find miracles and small joys in the most mundane places. Evening in Paradise by the previously mentioned author is kind of a similar collection of short stories. Ugly Girls by Lindsay Hunter is about two delinquent teenage girls living in a trailer park. They've been talking to a boy online, and when they finally meet up with him in person, he's not at all who he portrayed himself to be on the internet. Mina by Kim Sagwa is a disturbing portrait of teenage angst told through a South Korean high school student. Annie John by Jamaica Kincaid is a coming-of-age story set on an island in Antigua. And finally, Madonna in a Fur Coat by Sabahattin Ali is about a young Turkish man who moves to Berlin in the 1920s and experiences a chance interaction with a woman that will haunt him for the rest of his life.
Hey guys, it was my birthday yesterday, so let's do an absolutely huge haul of every book I got for my birthday. Literally just take a look at this stack, like it's absolutely massive and I'm so grateful for everything I got, but without any further yapping, let's get started into the haul. Okay, the first book is The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I've actually read this book, but I read it on my Kindle, and I feel like with Jessa Hastings books, you have to buy them because the covers are literally just so stunning. Like, look at this, and then look at the back, too. It's literally just so beautiful, and I feel like she eats up her covers every time, and I also just love this book. Like, it was so good, and the story was so amazing. Okay, the next books I got, they're all, like, either they're a series or, like, part of a series, so we're going to be showing multiple books at once. So we're going to start off with these two books. I got the first two books in The Throne of Glass. I got The Assassin's Blade, and then Throne of Glass, and this has been one of my most anticipated series for 2025. I've been wanting to read it for literally so long, and so I'm finally going to start it. I'm really excited to get started into these, so how to get them. Okay, next we got the Natural series. I got the whole thing. I've been wanting to read these books for literally so long, and I've been such in like a mystery kick recently, so I feel like this is going to be really fun. It has like a subplot of romance too, and mystery books with a subplot of romance is literally just like chef's kiss. Like, they're always so perfect. So here are the books. I don't know if you guys know them, so I'll just show you. Got the Naturals. The second book is Killer Instinct. The third book is All In, and then the fourth book is Bad Blood. And I feel like each book just gets bigger and bigger, which love. But I feel like I'm going to be so obsessed with that series, so let me know if you guys enjoyed it, if you have read it, because I'm literally so excited. Okay, last but not least is another book series that I have read, but like I just really need the physical copies, you know, and that is The Boys of Tillman. I love this series so much, and I make so many TikToks about it. And I feel like when I make TikToks, since I read it on my Kindle, it's kind of hard to, like, hold up my Kindle when I don't have the actual book. So I bought the book series, and I also bought it so, like, if I ever want to reread it, you know, physical copy-wise, or lend it to friends, I can. So, yeah, I'm also low-key kind of pissed because why are all of these black, but then this one's, like, an ombre? Like, it doesn't really make sense. But those are all the books I got for my birthday. I'm literally so grateful. I have so many new good reads for me coming up on the next couple of months. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Thank you for everyone who wished me a happy birthday. Y'all are literally so sweet. I love all you guys so much. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Boy.
Alright, hello everyone, welcome back. I wanted to come on and do a Christmas book haul for you guys. And as you can tell, I got a good amount of books, so I'm gonna try to do rapid fire and show you guys everything I got. Okay, starting off strong, we got the Throne of Glass series. I have Assassin's Blade too, but I'm reading right now, so it's on my bed, but I got the whole box series, and this was my most anticipated read, so I'm really excited about this one. I'm about 100 pages into Assassin's Blade right now. I'm enjoying it so far. I decided to read it first. Let me know your opinions about that, because I know there's some controversy, but this is my first series that I got, so yay. We have Binding 13, which is also another series that I'm so excited to be starting, but I realized that I needed to do Throne of Glass first and then probably move on to these bad boys. Also, I really wanted to get the UK versions because I think the covers are just stunning. And I like the size of this book better than the US versions. So my aunt actually found them on Amazon and got them for me, which I'm so grateful for. Alright, next, I have the Chestnut Spring series. Super excited about this one. I feel like this is going to be more of a summer read. I had the first 2 books, but I got the other 3 for Christmas, so I have a complete set now. Right, next, I have 4 out of the 5 Magnolia Parks books. When I told my mom to get them, whatever the 5th book is called was out of stock, so I had these 2 before, got these 2, and then hopefully I can get the 5th one soon. Alright, next, I have the special edition of Beach Read, which is so beautiful. Actually stunning. I'm not a huge collector of special editions, obviously. I mean, I just started reading, but I saw this one, I knew I had to get it because Beach Read is what got me back into reading this year, so it holds a special place in my heart. Next, I got Light Lark. I got this instead of the 5th Magnolia Parks because it was out, but I do want to start this series. And then the other day, I was at the bookstore downtown in my little town, and I got Sky Shade. I know this is the 3rd one, but they didn't have Nightbane. I'll get it eventually, but I really wanted to buy a book, so I was like, okay, well, I already have the first one, but now I have to get the second one. Alright, these next 3 are actually from my grandpa. He was really proud of himself because he picked out his own gift for me and everyone else. He just got off their wish list, but he's a really big reader, so these are some of the favorites. Hunt for Red October, so excited to start this one. And then next we have Michael Connelly, The Lincoln Lawyer. Also heard good things. I don't know too much about these, but I trust him, so. And then last but not least, we have The Camel Club by David Baldacci. These 2 weren't for Christmas, but I was at a thrift store, and usually I don't, not even a thrift store, it was like a secondhand bookstore, really tiny. Usually I don't find too many things of my interest in there, but I found these, which I have seen before, Hooked and Scarred. They're pretty good condition. I don't really know too much about them. I think they're retelling of stories, but I bought those myself, but I just wanted to show them because I just got them. So that is my long-awaited Christmas book haul. I think I ended up with 25 books, so I'm really excited about that, and I can't wait to get into reading all of them.
So we have yet another Target book haul. Let's get into it. So I seen somewhere that it was like buy 2 get 1 half off, buy 2 get 1 free, something like that at Target for book sales until like the 14th or something like that. So I rushed my happy ass on over there. Okay, first bag. First book that I got was Twisted Lies. I have every other book in the series. I haven't even started the series, so I was like, I didn't need to get the book, but since I was there anyways, I finally just pulled the plug and got it, and I'm gonna be starting the series as soon as I'm done with ACOTAR, so obviously I just had to get it. I needed to have it on hand, ready to go, you know? Next one I've been meaning to get for a really long time, but I don't know, like other books were calling to me more than this one, but again, I was there already, so I might as well have just grabbed it. I got Pucking Around by Emily Rath. I've seen this book in a few TikToks, and I loved the hockey romance that I read before, which was Icebreaker. So those are usually pretty spicy, so I'm excited to get to it eventually. One that I'm very excited about because my girl, she's the girl that got me into reading. She is that girl, Miss Frida, and The Housemaid is Watching. I already have the first 2. I'm about to start The Housemaid's Secret today, and so I obviously need to have the 3rd one ready and on hand when I'm done with that one. I heard the 2nd one is absolutely crazy, even better than the first, and I enjoyed the first. I read that in one sitting, so I'm so excited to get to that. And then lastly, I got Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I've seen this book everywhere, but I never actually looked into it. It says a young mother fights to earn a place in her child's life, but is there room for her? So she went to prison for 5 years for some tragic mistake that she made, and her daughter was 4 by the time that she got out. She wanted to try and reestablish some type of connection and relationship with her daughter, but everybody around her did not. They weren't messing with it. They weren't fucking with it. And so it was really hard for her to get into their lives, but she still had a good connection with one of the bartenders that she knew in town. And, you know, their romance starts to grow. He starts trying to help her by, you know, being a bigger part of the daughter's life. But it's like, as their romance grows, so does the risk of possibly outing him and what he's trying to do for her. And then what's gonna happen? I don't know. Sounds sad, sounds like I'm gonna cry, and I'm excited about it. The next one that I got is the We'll Always Have Summer, which is the 3rd book in the Summer 10 Pretty trilogy, and I'm so excited about this one because I was just reading the back. And so basically it's about a girl named Belly, and she has loved these 2 boys for the longest time. They're family friends, and one of the brothers she's been in love with for as long as she can remember. Okay, but they kind of just look at her like a little kiddish little friend that they have, like annoying little, you know, younger sister or whatever. But as she gets older, all of a sudden one summer she comes back looking like a bad bitch. She's beautiful. She's finally like developing into a woman, and they're finally starting to notice her. And so it's just kind of like a weird little love triangle. I did not know. It says Conrad was her first love, and Jeremiah was her first real boyfriend. Those are brothers, okay? And now after 2 years, Jeremiah gets down on one bended knee and offers Belly what she's always wanted to be, Belly Fisher, okay? So they go back to the beach house, and as they get there trying to plan this wedding, Conrad comes through talking about, you know, he regrets hurting her. And now she's got to decide which brother's heart is she gonna break. See, and there's actually a show on this, if you haven't seen it already, and that's what interested me in even reading these books. The first one is like such a light-hearted, like cute little YA romance and like a little palate cleanser. I didn't know it got this deep. I did not know that it got this deep. Now I'm actually excited even more so to read and finish this trilogy. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the next one that I got is The Local Woman Missing by Marky Kubika. Mary Kubika. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Anyways, basically this is about a woman that goes missing, and then a woman and her daughter that goes missing, and then another woman, Delilah, that goes missing. Nobody finds anything, nobody can figure anything out, the case runs cold, right? 11 years later, one of the girls that went missing comes back and has to explain her story, and apparently just it wowed the fuck out of everybody. So I want to know why. I want to know what happens, where they went, what they endured, and am I ready for it? I don't know, but I'm excited about it. So, Powerful by Lauren Roberts. I'm so excited. I'm not liking that she made this a different size, although this is the novella, so it's like different. I haven't even read Powerless. I'm slacking on that front, but I'll get there, especially because Fearless just came out, so I need to read that one so I can get this one. And then what's the next one? It was Powerless, Fearless, and I can't remember. The next one comes out next year though, so I need to get on that, especially because everybody has loved that book. I've not seen not one single bad review on it, so I'll be getting there eventually. I got Her Soul to Take by Harley Laroe. I hope that's how you say it. It's the book 1 in the Souls trilogy. It's a dark romance. I have not read a dark romance since the Cat and Mouse series. I was emotionally and mentally drained and scarred from that book, so I took a very well-deserved, well-needed break from it. But this book I've seen on TikTok multiple times, and I'm actually very excited to get to it. So once I've recovered emotionally, I will get to it. I'm very excited about it. Okay, next up, I got The Ballad of Never After. I have Once Upon a Broken Heart already, and then I got this one. I don't know if this is the second or the third book. It does not say in here or on it, but anyways, I really was excited about this one, but everybody was telling me to read Caraval first, so I still have to get to that one before I get into this one. But I didn't even know if I was gonna like, is this fantasy? What would you consider this? Anyways, I didn't know, so I took a long time to finally like pull the plug on getting these, but now we're here and I got it, so I'm gonna get to it eventually. I'm excited. I don't know. Then next I got both Wretched Wretched, and Twisted. I'm so excited about both of these. I already have, let's see, Hooked, Scarred, and Crossed. Hooked, Scarred, and Crossed. I have those 3. Okay, so I know that Wretched is enemies to lovers. It is a bad girl, good guy, and like a Wizard of Oz retelling. Then we have Twisted. So Twisted is an age gap forced marriage, and this one is an Aladdin retelling. So excited to eventually get to these. Crossed and Scarred are on my TBR for this month, so hopefully I can get to those so I can get to these. I loved Hooked. Loved it. So why have Hooked taken so freaking long to continue the series? I don't know. But now I've got the whole series, so we're gonna get there. I promise we're gonna get there. And then I got A Game of Retribution. I am so excited. I have the first 3 books of this, and I've bought 2 of the first 3 twice now. I have 2 replicas of 2 books in the series twice because I always forget which books that I buy. But I knew for a fact I didn't have this one. But I bought all the other ones just because the covers were pretty. So I might as well continue the series, and I know that I'm going to enjoy it anyway, so excited. Okay, up next, I got Never Never by Colleen Hoover and Taryn Fisher. Okay, kind of excited to see how the writing style is going to look with a separate author with her. So anyways, I'm excited. This one is basically about 2 people who have been best friends since they could walk, and they've been in love since the age of 14. All of a sudden though, their memory is gone. They can't remember how they fell in love, their first kiss, their first anything, and they're working together to try and bring those memories back. But as the memories are starting to come back, they're like, why were we together in the first place? So that kind of breaks my heart a little bit just thinking about that. But now I'm like curious, as I think everybody is.